Alright, so Joey is going to be on Chamimi, similar to the Ball list, correct? Not our own Jonathan Ball, but Bullet Ball Thunderclap.
Dude, that card's
Seems,
amazing.
it seems to be a deck that honestly I didn't even think about before the event. So, like, seeing it in the tops, I was like, okay, this is gonna be great.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of based off the deck that one of my locals brought to Minnesota, where with the Ball Warrior and Kyler piloted it really well. He almost topped,
Good.
but it's a very cool list. I absolutely love it. So we'll see how Joey pilots it.
Yeah. So it looks like Joey won the die roll, so he went first. Played an Arwen out the gate. Arwen turn one in a green mirror seems to be uncontested. I'm pretty sure it's just the nuts kind of a play one for a green deck right now.
Yeah.
So unlike the blue game that we just watched, you don't have to worry about it being stolen or shot or anything. So an Explore the Unknown off the gate for Pat. Got a Seal's Familiar McKay. So interesting enough, like in this deck, I feel like the Explorer was specifically to find your Shikigami cat that you need. But it seemed like in the last game that we played and in this one, he hasn't actually pulled that card specifically off the Explorer. So very interesting use of the Explore the Unknown. So the Chamimi list running the Yokai Festival, and Patrick deciding that he does not want to deal with the Yokais, which is probably a good call because outside of Ruined Story and kind of charged up Elemental Blast, I don't see a lot of answers in Patrick's deck if those things get out of control.
Yeah.
So yeah, keeping those on lock is probably a good idea. So Seal comes down, probably still digging for that final, or that 3-drop Yokai.
I'm guessing the Seal will shoot off the R1 though.
Probably will eventually, not something I think we care about right now, just probably free swings with the monkey, and then eventually we'll take out Arwen.
Really?
Yeah, I think
because like with the barrier rune.
Oh, absolutely. But he's still a ways away from getting 2 resonators on board and protecting Arwen, right?
Yeah.
So I still feel like, and yeah, Joey is tapping out left, right, and the other. So.
Well, it's the Keurig mindset.
You know what? It very much might be. So a 7/7 swiftness, and with 1 will up because of the energize. But I believe Joey, knowing this list, knows that there is nothing that Pat could have done with that 1 will. So no Winds of Vitality, no pump shenanigans to really get punished for that move. So at this point, I think a tapped out Chamimi, Pat's up on card advantage, so a pop in the Arwen and Ruined Story on the Disciples isn't a bad play.
Yeah.
He still has options here. What he doesn't want is he doesn't want that Disciples to accidentally stick around and just him find a Lorite eventually and have that thing come online fully. Plus, at this point, if he leaves that up another turn, he has full control over what he decides. Precision is a good one when left uncontested, but probably, depending on his mindset right now, Precision actually would probably be the call. So whatever, if Patrick doesn't take care of the Disciples, I feel like whatever he plays right now could potentially get shot by the Disciples, because whatever he'll play 1 more Resonator and Arwen's online, and then he's got a flipping 12/12 Precision that we can just do crazy things. So
Okay.
good move there. Got rid of the Arwen.
Now can you get rid of the Disciple? It's going to be a big question.
Ooh, the dog. These suboptimal Shikigamis that just aren't doing anything. They're just kind of bland resonators without a yin-yang master around to kind of help.
Now, this is going to become a scary part though too, because Chamimi's getting up to the mana or the will where Joey won't be able to tap out as much. So his Disciples actually might stick around very easily at this point.
Yeah, Drain. So he chose Drain. I guess without any real need to get rid of the board. Drain's a fine call. He'll just aggressively swing with it, and if he gets a block, he gets a block. So, did we? Okay.
So
This.
that's interesting.
Yeah, not good when we're probably playing fairs. Oh shit. Yep. So yeah, that would have been a good play last turn. Tapping out for that would have been totally fine, knowing that his opponent was tapped out and didn't have a response. But yeah, this is just gonna hurt now. That is a hard punish. Hard punish. And then now we're getting into yokais that he probably just doesn't have answers for.
So that's interesting that Joey would play Algernon without the 5 stones.
Yeah, I feel like one more turn would have been fine. No rush.
He's not pressured at all right now.
Yeah, no rush to get. Like, there's no Arwen on field, so he doesn't need the extra resonator to get a boost like that. So yeah, opting to just play that from hand and really. Okay. Yep. All right. So now we are now online, and so we have a little bit of interaction here at this point. I'm trying to think of what really powerful. What really kind of powerful Shikigami he could drop on his opponent's turn that could really disrupt what Joey has going for him right now. And honestly, I can't think of one.
I don't really think there are many, to be honest.
He's got, I mean, I think the most powerful one is the one that can recover a cat. But then, even just, it could be like the spicy dog itself, right? Like you could play a dog and have it put you at 2 stones instead of 1. You know, really throw the math off on your opponent. You know, your opponent thinks you only have 1 will open, and then surprise, you actually have 2. But then we're also talking about, there we go. There's precision. So we kind of knew Joey was going to go that route, where as soon as something valuable hit the board for Patrick, precision was going to come online, and we were going to start spot removing. Interesting choice there. So why would you attack? Why would you attack the dog?
To attack the dog.
Lore the ability, but then you just sack dog to give barrier to your cat. See, I kind of expected like precision, then an Arwen to come down, and then have the 12-12. But maybe just being stuck at a 7-7, this is, you know, I mean, this is honestly fine.
I don't know why you would do that.
I mean, this is fine. He's completely tapped out. He has no interaction with Joey at all, and he's got plenty of will to do whatever he wants. He's still got 4 cards in room, 3 cards in hand. Like, even though Patrick has the advantage, Joey has done more with what he's got to start. So let's see, what would be...
like now though would be
there it is. So maybe the explore before the swing, you know, to really just kind of show everything that you wanted, you know, get your tree full of decisions.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like right now would be an amazing Algernon play.
You know what? Yeah, it very much would have. Yeah, having the search on hand.
You literally just go Algernon, get through counters, pass. Your opponent tries to play anything in quick cast, you just like search up Fairy Spell.
Yeah.
Search up whatever chant I need. Like, it's so good.
I mean, let's be real clear though. We're kind of critiquing Joey at this point, but he does have full control of the situation.
Yeah, it's not that like we're not trying to like downplay exactly what he's doing. We're trying to like I'm trying to tell the better play that you could have done that would have like really solidified the matchup.
Yeah, no, I'm just clarifying that for the audience. In no stretch, way, or anything are we expecting that these suboptimal play lines, or even if they are, like that they will cost Joey the game by any stretch of the imagination. So, like, so really, what's the top end of this Shikigami list? Like, essentially, it's supposed to get around here where we've got 5 stones and one of those cats on board, and then we just kind of have a really low curve play line and outlets, right? We can drop multiple Shikigamis because we have the Shikigami that recovers a cat, so you can go like tap that, recover your cat, then tap again, more Shikigami, and he's got the hand size to do it too. But just the early control against this list in both the Loki Machine match and in this one, the inability to actually stick our Shikigami user for more than the turn that it was played. So
Yeah.
Proving to kind of shut down this deck pretty well, because yeah, we're back to playing resonators that are just suboptimal resonators. A 7-9 for 3. So let's see, pump target, probably Loride's Disciples, eh? Oh, bumping the mouse! Give that mouse some juice. It is a 7-7 squeaker right there.
Well, like we said at the beginning of the game, this Disciples accidentally stuck around.
Yeah, and
so it's just gonna win Joey the game at this point.
It very much. It's a spot removal king at this point, and then eventually, the Disciples will come online, or yokai, the Jizo statues will come online, and
yeah,
that's gonna be that. But yeah, now we have a 7-7 mouse to contend with. Looks like Loride did the trigger, probably Loride did the trigger.
Stopping Disciples.
Yeah. What do you think we were stopping? Another instance of precision? Or flying? A little bit of reach?
Oh, there's another Disciple for Loride.
Loride, fire spell.
Next fire spell. So, does Joey have anything to stop the fire spell?
Ruin
Yep.
story.
That will do it.
Gracious.
So,
I mean,
yeah, that Pat just is done at that point.
whoa. Yeah, so like literally there's your recover cat. So like at that point, what? If that thing would have stuck around, he could have essentially ran this whole hand out, where he just plays this what is her name? Kanuchi? Kananachi? Man, these names, that's gonna be frustrating. So basically, like if the user stayed on board, then all of a sudden at 5 stones, he's like tap 1, play this, recover, tap 1, play this, recover, tap 1, play this, recover, tap 1, here's a monkey. Yeah. And then so for 4 will, he dumps his hand and gets resonators that should cost way more than 1. But just this deck is very much linchpinned on the user Shikigami. So this is one of the things going into Pennsylvania that I was very interested in. This was one of the things that I was very interested in going into Pennsylvania was, we were given 2 tribes. We were given 2 very good tribes where we could go the Mimi way, where we have the Eagle Me, the Mole Me, and the Tiger Me. And then, or we could go the Shikigami way, where we have this user that kind of abuses the rest of the Shikigami and the Yin Yang Masters. But what's interesting is that we only have in New Frontiers, right? In New Frontiers, we only have the 2 yin yang, right? Or 3.
I have no idea, to be honest.
I know that we have the 2-drop, which is basically the user's disciple, which was released in the previous set. It was a 2-drop 6/6, and that's a yin yang master. But that, I'm positive, is the only one. So it is that, and it is the new one that we got. So if you don't hit either of those, then the deck kind of falls apart. Where I wonder the Mimi side, the Eagle Me and all of that, there's a potential that is less punishing if you don't have all the parts, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like green needs a tribe right now, and especially because of Arwen, which is very frustrating because that card is not readily available to a lot of people. But so Gamer Geek says we need a Yin Yang Master / Yokai, I think, to abuse Festival. You know what? That could be
amazing, actually.
That would be fantastic if you went double Yin Yang Master out the gate. That is a fantastic idea. That is a fantastic idea. I think it would be very interesting. So where would you put this Yokai Yin Yang? Would you put it in a 1-drop slot, 2-drop slot, 3-drop slot? I don't know. What are you thinking? I mean, it would have to be a 1-drop, right? Because that's the only yokais that we have kind of found are breakable. I feel like if you have a 2-drop yokai, then we're back to where you kind of got 100 eyes ones, and that really didn't get played too much. So where would you put this Yin Yang Yokai Master, Gamer Geek? So early start for Hanzo this time, dropping the Arwen uncontested, then dropping a monkey, leaving up 1 will. Joey only having the early mouse. I don't expect it to get as beefy as the last mouse that we saw.
Hey, don't underestimate that mouse.
We'll much underestimate that mouse currently. Now, I will say that when we were goofing around at locals once, I did have an instance where the woman that I was playing against used an Ultra Awakening on a Leaf Wing. And that bird was flipping huge. So I am no stranger to pumping up weak things and then making up very big kind of steroid noises for these creatures that have been beefed up beyond their natural stats. What? Oh, that's... Alright, this guy pushed it too far at this point. GP, are you kidding me?
Well,
he says change the subtype on Hanzo to just be a Yin Yang Master Cat Ninja. So that your ruler is naturally a Yin Yang Master. Oh, gross. But I tell you what, then we actually do go back to kind of like the sets that we're very much used to in the past, where like a ruler comes out, right? And all of that ruler support is in one set. So like if Hanzo was a Yin Yang Master, like this would be Hanzo's set entirely. And so it'd be kind of interesting on the financial side at that point, where, you know, some of your sets were just so much more powerful than the others because all of the ruler support was in that one set.
So Josh, what's your favorite card out of this new set?
It's got to be the Sacrificial Altar. The Sacrificial Altar has just unlocked so much crazy shenanigans. Like basically every deck now you're just like, how do I fit Altar into this deck? Because it is so fun.
See, I think the best card, my favorite card. I know it's not the best one. My favorite card is 200 IQ because you can infinitely loop him if you have to, and it is such a fun thing to do.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
200 IQ.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
If you have one engraved in one hand,
One in hand, and yeah, you're like that far ahead on Will. Like if you're,
yeah.
No, I mean, and I know
It's
Will's
fun.
world, he's very much used to one game going 1 hour and everybody having 12 stones. Like that's Will's world that he lives in, and whether that's meta or not, like, it's left to be said.
If we're talking about Gil, I've already said this in this stream. It's coming back. Literally, just give it a month. Just give it a month for Gil to figure out the meta. That's all you have to do.
That's really I very much agree.
If I'm playing Gil, you can bet you'll see 200 IQ in there because it's decent.
Yeah. So this is an interesting play. So we have a Winds of Vitality coming down on a mouse, while a McKay was on board. So let's see if the Energize gets used here for this Cancel War. Oh, it does. He will lose this Cancel War. Woof. So Mighty Mouse is going to get Mighty.
I told you not to underestimate the mouse.
You are right. You are very right. Mouse is mighty. So.
And that was before recovery.
Goodness, was it really?
So, yeah.
Interesting. See, oh wow. Okay, so that was an excessive use of cards on Chamimi's part.
Oh, okay. That turned into a mediocre play to a really good play.
Interesting.
Because now, like, so yeah, he's tapped out, but like, I don't think Hanzo's gonna be able to deal with all of that in one turn.
No, and especially Disciples on board. This is just woof. It's almost like Joey knew exactly how that was gonna play out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and that's kind of the thing, is like when you have just a bunch of one-drop cancels, you know, like, all right, I have these answers and I'm +1 will on my opponent. So like, even if he has everything, I also have everything and I'm gonna win this. And then he was like, so there's no risk in me not baiting this stuff out. Now I will say, I wonder if there was a way where, like, before we sack McKay, if we actually tap Arwen to pump, and I don't know which one we would pump. I don't know if we pump Arwen. No, we would try to pump Mouse, right? Or not Mouse, Monkey.
Yeah,
Monkey would be a 9/9. It doesn't help you at all, though. I mean, you didn't know Disciples. Yeah, you didn't know Disciples was coming down, right? But what that does do, though, is that potentially flips the board onto Joey to playing the Lorite first. You know? So, like, the Lorite could have been played on the Arwen instead of the McKay. I mean, I don't feel like that would have happened, but, like, by getting rid of McKay before anything, we lost the ability to tap Arwen to pump.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting. But yeah, very, very good use. I would say that would be a very successful bait on Joey's part. Joey, just with a Winds of Vitality in hand and throwing it on a mouse, baited that whole play line to happen.
Yeah, and now Hanzo's not in a good spot at all.
Like, because what if Pat would have just said, fine, I don't care, pump your mouse? Then what happens?
I think that would have been a lot better of a,
because we still have an Arwen on board.
Like,
so whatever he's trying to swing into,
I don't think you care that much about the mouse. Like, you might care a little, but
because then at that point we're recovering without having Lorited anything. Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, there could have been something there. I don't think there was enough justification to stop that mouse from getting the +6/+6. And that could be just me talking in hindsight. But
I mean, I'm kind of agreeing with you. I think that really you let the mouse get bigger, and then you let Joey recover and make him use his will on his turn, so he can't do the Disciples thing on you.
Yeah, that seems to be That seemed to be the right call. So we are tapped out. Here's a user. But again, a single Shikigami. We don't actually have a way. I mean, if he had, and I'm pretty sure this list doesn't play any Elemental Blasts. But that would be the only way to handle this Disciples right now. Because none of the Shikigami naturally handle or deal with the board.
Yeah. You know, the best way to get rid of Disciples is with your own Disciples, though.
It's very true. I'm positive this list doesn't run the Disciples.
Okay.
Alright, so before recovery, there we go. Before recovery, recover, and now we're at 2. Okay. So let's see, we wanted to do that before recovery, obviously to get it out. With a, there we go.
Okay.
This is good. Now we still have 1 up, so we still have Whirlwind Technique engraved. We have a lot of stuff that we can play with. Okay. That was good. That was very good because the Disciples coming online there, almost game ending. Steven's got the right idea. Deck building 101. He says step 1, make a deck. Step 2, insert altar. Step 3.
Winds of Salvation to stop the Lore. Wow. So Joey has had everything.
Interesting. Man, a second Lore would be cool. Jeez, oh boy.
That's a lot of counter spells for Chamimi.
What are we doing? Sand Awakening.
Okay.
Got him. Got him.
That's the way to do it.
Spicy. There we go. So Sand Awakening gets it out of the first strike range, gets it out of everything, honestly. But we know, we know that Joey plays Winds of Vitality, so.
Does he have that too?
Oh my goodness! What a punishment! Just. But this would actually be very, very good if he was able to keep.
Nope, Disciples is gone.
I tell you what, this will be very. He also hasn't played Explorer the Unknown yet, and there it is. I knew it. I knew he played out of sequence. If that thing,
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, or an Explorer the Unknown or something there to kind of give you some better outs there. Oh. I mean, there's nothing he could have done, essentially, about it, so... Oh my goodness. Did Joey... So Joey's sacrificing his mouse to the dog, trying to go after the user.
This is not... This just turned around hard for Hanzo.
It really did. That Sand Awakening was a very good play. Now, I will give Joey the benefit of the doubt that, like, you wouldn't expect that card to be thrown, but he was sitting on 1 will, so like a Winds of Vitality play was still live.
Yeah.
I would have probably tried to have something up. Something to protect my Disciples, but so we've got our own Arwen on board now. At this point, so this is the other interesting thing about this deck is, like, essentially that user can't attack ever unless we hardcast our Recover Cat. Then we're just attacking multiple times. Oh my goodness. Drop one of those and then, like, pump it with an Arwen and then just, like, start spamming Recover Cats. And just 13. Recovering all stones up at 5. That looks like Jupiter will, sir.
Yeah, that could easily be Jupiter will.
So with 3 cards in hand, all 5 runes. We know one of the runes is Explore. And did he play any of the other 5 runes?
No, he has not.
Oh, very interesting. Yokai, he did. He Yokai Festivaled one
Did he?
game. So, yep. Ooh, did we top deck that? Oh, that happened. Everything is happening. This is going... Ooh! Are we just gonna pump?
Karura.
Oh. That's a good play. That's a good play. So my bad, it wasn't Jupiter Will, it was Karura Will. Wow. Okay, so look at this deck go.
Yeah, this is going.
I mean, I guess as soon as we can get that thing to survive a turn, then everything starts to feel a little bit better. You know, that 7-8 life has actually been kind of beneficial. I think Pat kind of figured out game 1 how Chamimi was going to... Oh, its own!
Oh.
Its own! But that's only... Oh, so this is just to keep it alive. Because... So yeah, that is only going to be to keep it alive. It's going to be an 11... What? 11-13?
Yeah.
Very interesting. So an 11-13 into a 12-12. Just going to gain a bunch of life. Not going to die, though. So do we not pump with the Arwen? Oh, he has his own Arwen. So, yep. Pump.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, we're just going to gain a crap ton of life. Okay.
All the life is nice, but
now, like,
again,
Joey's...
Hanzo's just going to destroy Chamimi's board.
I mean, Joey's tapped out. This is no bueno. I will say, though... There it is. That's good. Now we get some counters. Now we search for whatever. But we have no will to play whatever. So we're going to get a search. And we're going to get some chant to help us here. What is that chant going to be?
If only we had Severing Wings.
Man, this is gonna be rough. He's gonna lose a lot of stuff here. So let's see. What is Chamimi gonna bounce back with? Do you think our boy Joey is running elephants?
Maybe. I don't think Chamimi needs to play them anymore, but
do you think he's running Nature's Beauty in the room?
I would think you should. I would think you would, because it just gives you guaranteed Nature's Beauty, and that's a lot more powerful than an elephant's. But
yeah.
Then again, you can't counter elephants, so.
So we are swinging into Rested Things, trying to get rid of this Arwen here.
Pat's just essentially clearing Joey's board,
which is good against Chamimi. Chamimi doesn't have a quick way to reestablish. 70 life though is still a ways away from death. Pass turn with that. So he is definitely just playing quick cast all the way. Tap recover here. So he's waiting for Joey to respond with a search. So Joey's gonna go search for a chant. Has to reveal it, right? Because we need to know that it's a chant, not a resonator.
Yeah.
So anytime your opponent searches a deck, if it calls out for something specific, odds are the opponent would definitely have to reveal it. So that's just something for you guys.
Why?
So we are probably...
There's nothing good to bullet ball though.
Nothing yet, but maybe. I mean, I could see Arwen, Arwen, pass turn, awakened, Bullet Ball. Do you have enough will for that? Okay, Yokai Festival is a good Bullet Ball. Stealing Scroll and the Yokai. So, Explore the Unknown. So we played the cat, recover the cat. See, what I almost would have done there is I would have, depending on what Pat does with his will, I almost saw a play line where he swings with Shikigami into the Arwen, and that would force either the block out of the mouse so he doesn't get to search, or Arwen actually dies, and then having that in hand could then recover just by paying it outright, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing what I mean, I see 5 will again, so we're probably talking another Karua. McKay, really digging here. So even though this board is really small, this is not what Hanzo wants to see out of Chamimi, because a Chamimi flip just kind of makes all of these things a
massive.
pain. And then plus we know he's got a Bullet Ball in hand, right? So double Arwen pump does not feel good on anything. So,
No.
so we tapped
so what
4.
This is kind of disgusting. So we'll see how Joey goes about this. But if he double pumps the Algernon with 3 counters and then recovers, uses the counters in the Algernon to pump even more, and then flips Chamimi, once he has enough will, Bullet Ball that big Algernon, that could actually get him really close to having enough to kill Pat without even attacking.
So actually, hold on, let's think about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 4, 8, 12, double pump. Yeah, that is a good amount. So we've got Raft downstream, where we look at the top 4 cards, reveal up to 2 win cards from among them, put them into your hand. So he revealed another Arwen on Karua. So 17 up in the air.
Pumping Karua before
And then a fox came down. So I mean that was very good use of will there. So playing the cat to try to get rid of the Arwen, maybe not the best call there. We do have to have a way to get rid of that Arwen though, knowing that bullet balls are in hand. You know, he's thinking that's the only way he's gonna win is some ridiculous 40 life combo.
Yeah, which is 100% possible.
Absolutely. I mean, unless Patrick's loaded on fair spells, so
yeah.
You know. 17 in the air. Let the life ticking begin. So we probably swing with some of these smaller yokais, right? Like
Okay. Can Midnight back here at all?
So I mean, at worst here, if we swing with these Shikigamis, we're kind of forcing pumps. And I don't think we care right now. 3 cards in hand. If he uses these pumps, like, then we're just kind of saving ourselves from the bullet ball, right? We have plenty of resonators. Not so worried about hand advantage. So let's see, what is our last rune for Patrick? So blocked with a mount. Nope, we're searching. So Algernon is going to search for a spell. Probably.
So he's not doing the big. He's not doing the big bullet ball play.
Or Nature's Beauty. Judgment.
Judgment and Nature's Beauty. Ooh, that could be.
Judgment, Nature's Beauty. So, he did
So he
pass turn.
so he could Judgment, Nature's Beauty, and then if Pat doesn't stop it, next turn he is set up for winning with Bolt. Right?
Yeah, but he can't swing out, right? Like, he can't swing out right now. Like, he might use the Nature's Beauty to... Ooh, not Judgment.
Are you sure?
Nah, well, it depends on if
'Cause
he
I don't
chooses to
think
go
there's-
for life or if he chooses to like start getting blockers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there it is. I was like,
Yep.
I
It's judgment.
was like, did he? Okay, what is he doing?
What?
Is he judgmenting or is he calling stone? Like, make up your damn mind, Joey.
Well, he's got to use more than one brain cell.
I mean, I feel like judgment's the call here, right? Judgment for 5.
Right.
Still got the 1.
I mean, I guess he's worried about ruined story from Pat. Yeah, there we go. That's how you play around it. Okay, so Pat's just gonna stop the judgment here.
And I feel like that's fine, because then all of a sudden Joey's play becomes less of lethal and more of board control. So
Yeah.
he's gonna pick blockers now, and I think he's gonna do just fine with this play. 3 cards in hand though, not what you really want to see. I still feel like Patrick's in control. We know one's a Viola, so we know that Yokai Festival has been played for Joey. So the last 2 runes for Joey, probably a Whirlwind Technique and a, let's see, we've got Yokai Festival with 3 Divinity, Explore the Unknown for 3 Divinity, and Sand Awakening was one of them, right? Joey plays his own Sand Awakening for 1. So Patrick taking life here. So Joey opting not to declare blockers, but to instead just declare no blockers, swing face.
He's gonna take Pat down on a lot of life.
Pump Algeron again. So wow, 5, 10, and then 4, so 16 life? Should be.
Is it
Removing the 1 counter.
if it's 16, he's got game if Pat doesn't have a cancel spell, because he will awaken Bullet Ball and then swing CL.
Cancel spell.
There's no cancel spell.
Oh boy. Is that it? Oh, did he target?
Oh,
So
did he not awaken it?
Oh, yeah, no, he did. Okay, so it does. It targets a resonator and does that route. And so the bullet ball targeted the user and hit the opponent in the face. So he's down to 2. CL is trying to come in for lethal. And there is nothing. No. Yep. There is nothing that Pat can do about it. And just like that, 40 life gone.
In one turn.
Gone. 1 nature's beauty, 2 fucking mice. Just little micey mice. just tiny little mice. And
the funny thing is, when those mice got spoiled, there were a
goodness.
lot of people who were talking down on that mouse, and I was like, no, that
Dude,
mouse is...
I was talking down that mouse.
I know, you were one of them. That
Goodness
I was saying in our chats that mouse is good. That mouse is really good.
That was nuts.
Yep.
So they're
Alright,
doing
man,
a game 3 for fun.
They're doing a game 3, but I gotta get going.
Alright, man.
So-
Well, hey, enjoy your time in Florida, alright?
Yep. And there's actually a solid chance I may be able to get to Frank's on Saturday.
Why?
So,
Stay in Florida forever.
no, it's. I wish
Indiana is still raining. Don't worry. It's still raining. You're not missing anything, I promise. It'll be raining for 3 more weeks. You take your time in the sun, have fun.
I could. Oh my god! But
But yeah, so good chance you're gonna be there at Frank's, huh?
Yeah. I may have to have somebody pick me up in a town over. See if like somebody can pick me up.
Okay.
But there's a solid chance I'll be there for Frank's on Saturday, and probably just see if I can crash at somebody's place Saturday night. So.
Awesome, man. Well, it's good to hear, buddy. All right, my
Yep.
friend. We will talk to you later. Enjoy your vacation.
Yep. Have a good rest of the gauntlet.
Will do. All right, my friends. That was Will Luger, Bubble Boy himself, currently down in vacation. He is enjoying the warm sun of Florida. We're here in Indiana. We are blessed with gallons and gallons of rain. So, for the Wolves, Joey ended up winning. He currently is 2-0. They are doing a game 3 for fun. So, Chamimi was able to squeeze exact lethal from 40. At the end of the day, Patrick needed just one cancel spell in hand there at the very end and just didn't have it. Because, yeah, any little disruption there could have probably swung the other way. But Joey, spending many months and weeks and hours on Keurig, knows how to pull exact lethal out of nowhere. So yeah, we will definitely have this up on YouTube and on Twitch for you to watch recaps if you want to see how that game ended up turning out. From a commentator's perspective, I didn't see it coming. Came out of nowhere. It looked like Pat had control of that game the whole time. So, but yeah. So for those of you in the Midwest, I would like to remind you guys, if you guys have not heard, our boy Frank is currently the owner of a card store down in Madison, Indiana. It's called Dragon's Realm. He was the vendor for GP Pennsylvania that just happened, and he is having his own Force of Will weekend coming up on Friday. So I will be judging that entire weekend. Jeremy Franklin will be coming down from Michigan and streaming the event on Saturday, playing in the events Friday and Sunday. So if you are in the Midwest and you have the ability to get to Madison, Indiana, it's southern Indiana, so if you're Tennessee, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Iowa, like basically anybody's close as long as you're this side of the Mississippi. So I recommend coming out to that. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. It's just Force of Will all the time. We're going to do a Lapis tournament on Friday. We're going to do a New Frontiers tournament on Saturday. We're going to do a Wanderer tournament on Sunday. In my one time I've been down to Madison, I went for states and was very pleasantly surprised by the amount of cash that he gave to top 8. It was a fantastic event. He was very good to the players. He hosts biggest events in Indiana. The last states I went to had 28 people. So like this weekend is going to be really fun, and I'm looking forward to being able to judge and to kind of help run that event with him, you know. Yeah, you were supposed to go with Pat, but schedule issues. Yeah, no, that sucks, man. That sucks. You're not gonna make it. Hopefully, maybe any last-minute changes that could change for you. For the Wolves used to play Joey a lot. Yeah, is he one of your locals? Yeah, Black Phoenix. I know a lot of people from that Chicago area actually travel down to Frank's quite a bit when he does host events, and especially these states events. The other thing that I'm hearing is through the grapevine. I haven't confirmed this, but I'm pretty sure this weekend each of those events are now also ARG summer state events or summer spectacular events, whatever it is for ARG, right? And so this is actually turning into a last chance for players to get invites to nationals. If you are not currently a holder of an invites to nationals in Atlantic City New Jersey coming up at the end of June. I know the Rogues Guild is sending a couple players out that way, and a couple players up to Canada to compete for that last paid invite. But yeah, so some of us are kind of split. So like, I know I will be going to Nationals, and I will be doing the Force of Will tournament on Saturday. Hopefully topping that tournament. Maybe just kind of splitting with the tops there, split some cash, and then doing the 10K Argent Saga intro deck tournament that we're all very hyped about. So that is kind of what Frank's weekend is going to be. It's going to be a last minute opportunity for some of us to get some invites that don't have them. So if that is you and you're like, hey, I don't have an invite, but I still want to play Force of Will this year, that's what you should do. You should go to Frank's, get your invite, then come with us. We're going to Nats. We're going to win some money. We're going to have fun on the East Coast. So their game 3 is going very, very quick here. It looks like Patrick did a really good job of establishing the Shikigami train early. Got one of the younger Ying Masters that we were talking about earlier, the 2-drop that was released in the set previous, Strangers. So getting him early might have actually helped quite a bit. But we are seeing a tapped out Chamimi. Really going for the aggressive strategy of the Ball Warrior and all of that. But Hanzo, I think, with a good grip right now. 5 cards, 2/6, 2 cards on the field, and Arwen and Bullet Bar Warrior on field. I feel like Hanzo should maintain control of this situation. A couple good swings this turn, only 1 blocker, only 1 energize, so good amount of damage, hopefully. This is the first time Patrick's ever gotten a jump on Chamimi like this, so flipping the roles here. Chamimi is supposed to be the aggro deck, and not happening in this game, so very good for Patrick, hopefully on this last one. So let's see, we tapped Arwen potentially as a block. It almost looks like a declared block because I believe that he's going for the face. So the user actually was swinging for face, so I wouldn't be surprised if another one of the cat Shikigamis came down to recover our user to free up that 2 will to drop another. Being tapped out here with 5 will though, again we're back on Karua will, so a Monkey Shikigami. Ooh, we are definitely going for face. 8 will left, or 8 life left. So yeah, I guess it'll actually be interesting. The Wolves. We'll see what happens, what he does with turn 5 or 6, because yeah, I feel like the combo itself kind of takes a little bit more to get going. Maybe I'm missing something on the Ball Warrior here. Enter Swiftness, Precision, Rest a Recovered Resonator. This card gets +2/+2. So, I mean, more pumping. But this. I don't see this working well for Joey. We'll see what happens. But yeah, West Coast Force of Will has always been difficult. And honestly, I saw the first maps that Bremont posted of the stores that are registered to play Argent Saga. And again, West Coast, I think, has got 1 store out there somewhere north in like Oregon or something along those lines. It's like, oh boy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if like when you get out by the sun on that side and all the money and the riches and the fame, if you just stop playing trading cards when you go out there. If I had to guess, it was just like the Hollywood rock star lifestyle is just too much for trading cards. our humble TCG world. So let's see, a disciple's coming down to try to take out the other Yin Yang Master. Had to have got swiftness, no drain here, so we're still just losing, not gaining any life, still have lethal on board, but 3 will left up. So it's very interesting to see what Patrick is trying to do with his 4 will remaining. I would say a double ruined story here would really force Joey to play whatever cards he's got in his hands to protect what he's got going. So that could give you, if Patrick can play cards out of his hand to either get the rest of the will tapped or to progress his board state further. This is interesting. So we've got searches. So yeah, whatever he does, whatever he plays at quick gas needs to be at the end of his turn, as to not be searched for a fair spell and got with that energize. So we tap 3, 4, Raft downstream. Okay, so we're just drawing. So Joey is probably gonna live. He's gonna live for a little bit, and if he lives with this board, we've already seen it, that could end very, very badly. Traffic? Traffic. So it's the Hollywood lifestyle and traffic. It's mostly distance. So everybody, see, I just assume everybody on the West Coast does like bicycles and stuff. Maybe that's just San Francisco, everybody all energy conscious and worried about the environment, like nobody drives. But yeah, the distance to events, it does make it pretty hard. It's actually something I've actually got really used to with Force of Will. It's like, since I don't have a locals, I've had to travel for all of... Is that a scoop? It might have been a scoop from Joey, because nature's beauty. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, that literally just means you... Nature's beauty says, cool, you played resonators? Nah. I'm gonna kill you. Kill you anyway. So like that was very good on Pat, you know, and Joey ended up tapping out of all of his cancels, so there is no one will cancel for a Nature's Beauty. So,
I got a game.
good job, buddy. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
And, I'm ready whenever now.
Are we ready?
Ball. Jonathan Ball, everybody.
Can I take like
Yeah, that's fine.
2 rounds?
Yeah, that's fine. Man, I barely clunched out that second game though. It was pretty sweet. Exact lethal from the Nature's Beauty.
Yeah, no, like the whole time I was commentating, I was just like, yeah, this is what the Shikigami list is supposed to do. This is where we're at. Go Shikigami. And then it was just like, wait, what? Was like shit. Like, is he gonna? I was like, he doesn't have any answers for any of this. Nope. Nope. Flipping Nature's Beauty, man. Well, it's only right that you got Nature's Beauty back, so good for that.
Hey Forrest, nice to see you out here. Lately, awesome that you could join the stream though. Forrest is one of my buddies from Clarksville, Tennessee. He was a part of the local before it kind of dismantled. So awesome that he's on the stream. But yeah, managed to barely take game 2 of Chamimi Pump. The deck's cool. Algernon, a lot of the time when I was playing against Sam, like he was dropping Algernons early on. I tried kind of doing that. It just did not feel good ever. Like I constantly kept thinking, man, I'm missing out on a free spell chance search. So I don't know how I feel about Algernon and dropping it early. I think the deck needs more than just Algernons and Arwins. And I also feel like the deck still really wants to play Yokais and Jizos. And if you're doing all those, like you're just making yourself so much more susceptible to black tiers now. Because you've got Arwins, you've got Jizos, you've got Aldrinons, you've got, like, if you, like, Lorites as well. Just way
Okay.
too many one-drops.